Hi. Okay, hi. Welcome to One Page Story Extravaganza, episode 163 of 2023. Holy cow. Anyhow, hiya. If you have a one page story, idea, or a silly suggestion for a story, please let me know. My name is Christopher Runsman. We've been doing this from Monday to Friday for a number of months now. This is page 239 since the start of the year of stories that we've been putting together in this format. And I'm having a lot of fun. I'm constantly experimenting with how we're setting things up, so bear with me. And just before I went to stream, my camera fell off, so now my camera's out of place. So, hi, I'm Miriam. Welcome aboard. If anybody has any ideas for stories or any questions or anything like that, please feel free to let me know, because this way is going to work. That way is going to work better. Please let me know, because we're trying to figure out. I'm getting dizzy. We're trying to figure out, the best way to tell stories and trying out different things and approaching things in a different way. I get called a comic artist a lot, or a cartoonist, and these are the popular terms of the day, but I think they're limiting. And the reason that I say that is that there is so much more that we can do with our storytelling, whether it's textual or pictorial, that we can make new ways of structuring story and new ways of making it more immersive. And in other parts of the world, it's far more associatively acceptable to work in this format. In North America, it's predominantly thought to be either A, funny books, or B, superhero books. And then when you get into your independent alternative storytelling types, they're generally considered to be like emo books or spice of life autobiographicals. And while those are all great things, I think that we need to think larger. If you go on a subway in Tokyo, you'll see people of all ages and all demographics, really, that are all engaging in reading whatever it is, whatever kind of sequential literature that they've come across, whether it's about cooks or chefs or badminton, tennis players, ping pong players, I guess would be more appropriate. And, just whatever, from that to hard-raging horror and sci-fi and true love stories and out culture stories of all kinds. And, we got to get more general here. There's a far more broad affinity for reading there than there is here. So we're working on that. So that's why I tend to use the moniker of storyteller or sequential artist and illustrator. But I don't mind cartoonist, and I don't mind people saying comic artist. I'm just trying to open it up. There's a review that I have for my new book that's coming out this year that has, a really crazy way of addressing how I work, and I really appreciate it and enjoy it. But we're going to see how that goes over on the back of the book, because it's a different approach to things for sure. Now, I'm just pulling up the material because today is 3 Prompt Tuesday, and I'm just trying to continue on with working towards the zine swap project that's on for the end of the year. And if you're not connected to that, what it is Janet M. Young on her channel is organized 3 Prompt zine swaps. And the 3 prompts are going through Dee Dee Willingham's channel, where she's forwarding those out to everybody. And I've got a hold of 3 different ones for me to work on over the course of this project to take part in it. And the reason that I took 3 wasn't ego, it wasn't anything like that. It was totally a case of I work really fast, and if I'm able to produce materials that can be shared through the group and to be able to encourage larger volumes for people to share amongst one another, then that was my intent. And so I'm really looking forward to taking part into this. Now, Dee Dee has given me 3 different 3 prompt suggestions, and I have them on a piece of paper that because I cleaned the studio this morning, I've misplaced them. So I've got another 3 prompt thing outlined from Dee Dee's suggestions that I'm going to work from today, and then because I still have plenty of time to the end of October to have these all submitted. So I will, or I'm sorry, to the start of October, the entirety of the month of September. So I'll be doing them over the next 2 Tuesdays. So if you're not involved in that, please look it up. Look up on Dee Dee Willingham's channel, on her YouTube channel, or on Janet M. Young's YouTube channel, and you can find out the information there. Today's page I've got up on the screen, and it is it's this here old maniac. Yesterday's suggestion was to take what did you want to be what did you want to be when you grew up? A suggestion from Joshua Kemble, and to put it out to everybody that was taking part in the stream yesterday. And so I got a bunch of inputs from people. I did a little variation on Miriam's. When she grows up, she wants to be a kid again, right? So I just sort of meshed that with Mandy, who wants to be a kid who doesn't grow up, which is a Peter Pan idea. But to grow up and become a kid again is sort of similar, the same thing. Or always to stay young at heart, I think, is all the sort of imagery and methodology that's put across in tales like Peter Pan, to be perpetually youthful and hold on to your vitality. Miriam says, I saw we were all in your story. Yeah, I just thought it was fun. And it's you, but it's not you. It could be it could be any Miriam. It could be, anyone that wants to stay young. It could be Gary wanting to be a chef, weatherman. He said chef and a weatherman. But I wrote it down as chef weatherman, and so I go by that, which I thought was fun. And I like silly things and silly ideas like that. And then one of those is my grandson, one of my grandsons. And literally he wants to be someone who, passes wind when he grows up. That's his entire ambition at the moment. Kids are great. Kids are great like that. And I celebrate that. I celebrate that kind of level of silliness. So I put that in there as well. Yesterday's page was drawn in crayons. I borrowed from, I borrowed them from the grandkids' play area. Cleaned them up and put them back in there so they don't know that Grandpa was using their crayons. Don't use our crayons. Yeah. So, hi, Aditi. Welcome aboard. Miriam says, you've published prior stories and that you enjoy them. Oh, that's very nice. I'm glad to hear that. This upcoming book will be my 31st. So last year's book that we put out was one-page comic extravaganza, and with my goofy, head that's been had my glasses smacked off on the cover. And here, I'll put it in the other camera. It's probably easier to see. And bing bong. Okay, so this book from last year had a whole bunch of one-page suggestions done in different mediums again, as is my thing. This is ballpoint on red cardstock, white ballpoint or red or white ballpoint or black ballpoint, dependingly. And actually, I think there's red ballpoint in there too. So each of these different pages and its different styles is all just a one-page take on a suggestion idea that was put forward. This is a roving horde of vegan zombies. This is about pandemic anxiety. This is about punk rock, growing up and loving punk rock music. This is Sam the Private Eye, the worst private eye ever. These are all just, it's kaiju, rock, paper, scissors. The treasure was not what was expected. So basically, I did these in a traditional comic format. And, we put those out. And that was a lot of fun. But the thing is that it's sort of when you put that on a shelf with other types of books, I'll get into what I've got on the screen here in a second. When you get into on the bookshelf with other types of books by larger companies, larger formats, and you try to put your independent book on those shelves as a sequential, as a comic book, it's a really uphill battle. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. Hi, Devin. I'm just going to say hi to a couple of people. How you doing? Welcome aboard. You're very talented, Christopher. Oh, that's very nice of you, Devin. That's nice of you to say. Hello, Jim. How are you, sir? Welcome aboard. And Miriam says, hi, Yolanda. Did I miss somebody come in, or is somebody named Yolanda and I've been calling them the wrong name this whole time? Hi, Dee Dee, and everybody's saying hi to each other. Okay, so what I mean by that is when you've got a book in the profile format, that's what this is called, on the shelf, published in this soft, floppy cover format, as most comic books are in the contemporary market. And but you're doing your independent material and your off-market brand, because you're not doing typified sequential stories like I outlined earlier. It's really hard to be conducive to sales and to be conducive to recognition in that marketplace. You have to do something different. Now, Yolanda is your first name, Devin. I will call you Yolanda from now on. I am such a silly person. I'm sorry. All right, I'm making a note. A note is being made. And so one of the ideas that I thought about was, well, I don't want to just be contained and conform to a market, one specific market. That doesn't sound like fun to me, because I don't really do that thing, right? I'm sorry. Okay. Devin equals Yolanda. Thank you, Dee Dee. And Yolanda says, that is me, but Devin is fine. And then Miriam says, it's like Superman and Clark Kent, Christopher. Which might be my favorite thing. Devin is easier and it's fine. I'm just going to call Devin Superman from now on. No. So anyways, back to what I was saying. The whole reason that I've switched from this format to that format, which is called a landscape format, and it would open up this way, is because I want to liberate myself from that marketplace and not just be specifically sort of your comic. You're fit on comic shelves. You're isolated to comic store or your comic format. And so that's why by doing the format shift that you've seen, so that all these pages are produced like what's on screen now, with the landscape format and all the stories and all the different mediums, and I'm still doing everything the same. I'm still using whatever medium I come across in whatever moment. But heterodoxy visual storytelling style is a review that I just received from somebody who I greatly respect. And okay, I love that. I'm very appreciative of that. And if you need to look up heterodoxy, you're not alone. I did too. It just means I don't conform to the format. I refuse to conform to the format, and I want to expand it and grow it. And that's why I'm taking on stories like tell a story using only letters and numbers as characters, or doing a story that can be cut up and jumbled around and looked at in different ways. Or the flipbook format. That's fun too. All of these different methods and modi that force us to look at different ways in telling stories. Like today, I'm going to do it in a vertical format. I'm going to try to tell a story using vertical panels today. That's those are the objectives that I set out for myself, and then I have to combine those with whatever the surface is that I've picked up to work on, and whatever medium is picked today, and in correlation with the suggestions that are made. And so in the course of doing all these things, I personally feel like I've grown creatively in the last, most specifically since the start of 2023, to the extent that I had 2 fully finished books, and I'm not going to release them. I put them aside, which has made a big problem for me in release stuff for upcoming shows. I either have to print more copies of books that are existing, like the one-page comic extravaganza, or which is what I think we're going to do, or I have to rush something out the door, which I'm not going to do. And because the 2 books that I've completed, one is about a small town it's called A Village Haunted, and it's about people seeing and hearing things and imagining things, right? Even further, it's worse. Ghost stories are worse because people's imagination get a hold of things to make it bigger. So that was one, and that was a 40-page book that I've put aside. And then the other one was an 80-page book called Stream of Conceitedness. And so what I've done with Stream of Conceitedness is I'm chopping it up and I'm releasing little bits of it in little segments. And so this week, I think it was Monday or Sunday, I released a 10-page story called Kidnap Action. And that 10-page story was actually 8 pages of Stream of Conceitedness. The total, it's 8 pages from that 80-page story. So I'm reformatting and repurposing a lot of those segments from that book. And in that way, it's not lost material, but there's a lot of it that I'm just editing out because of how much differently I'm putting down images and how much I think I feel like I've grown visually. So that is my blathering on for the start of today. Now, in the spirit of things, I'm going to get to the chat in a second, but in the spirit of things for today, I have got here, I got to turn the overhead on. I'm sorry, I forgot to. I've got here the little mock-up that I have made for how I'm telling the one-page fold-up books. And I know that I'm doing it differently than others. It's okay. I'm folding it differently, but they're all pre-folded for you, so you'll be all right. So when I put these together to hand out, it's going to be a silly different way of doing it. But, that's me. Okay. Devin is, Yolanda Devin, Superman, is laughing. I don't know what I did. Miriam says the one with the letters versus numbers is great. Thanks, Miriam. That's really nice of you. I appreciate that. And then Jim is throwing out our question of the day already. Already, Jim? Already? And the question of the day is, which side are you on? Numbers or letters? Dee Dee's got to roll with the letters. Miriam's got numbers all the way. I loved reading, calligraphy, lettering. We went over math. Not that math isn't good too. You do you, Christopher. Every letter has a corresponding number, so numbers win. Oh, well, here we go. All right, let's not get political. Give me a second. I'm going to turn on the overhead light here to get us a little more excitement going on here. I don't know how much that's going to fix and change, but oh, forgot this. We're on air. Anyhow. Okay, so I think that's a little better. There we go. Okay, Jim says I don't like math, but got to go with the numbers. I used to be good with numbers, but I like both. There we go. Hebrew, numbers and letters. Yep. Ken. Okay. All right, so so today I've got a 3-word prompt outstanding. Now I've also wrote down boisterous blinking beavers is our 3. Zippy the unicorn meeting Dexter The Invisible Horse was suggested by Mandy. I think we're going to do that one tomorrow. Okay, I think that will be tomorrow's story. I'm just adjusting this for a second, sorry. I apologize for all the wiggling around, but like I said, just before the stream started, I knocked over all of my everything, and that stunk. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to fix it all again. I'm in the process of building things and doing things, and we're getting there, slowly and surely. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm just going to turn my own face off. That's fine by me. You don't need to see my mug. Anyways. Okay. So here we go. Just setting this, cleaning that up. All right. Now, Marion sent me right down. I think Marion did those prompts too. The Dexter Zippy ones. I mean, yep, I think so. And that's totally cool. That's totally super. I'm all about that. Is there anybody got any mediums they want me to use today? Zippy visiting Dexter. I thought it was great. I have a completely different idea for my take on it, though. Because it's something that John had mentioned to me while he was here. So it's going to be a little bit different. And that's the whole thing about these ideas, is that I encourage and welcome everybody to try the prompts and suggestions and ideas that are put forward by everybody else, because I think that there's a plant in the way, because I think that that's a lot of fun. And I would love to see more people doing things like some of the suggestions that I've got, and to see what they come up with. Because who knows? Who knows what perspectives we'll have. Okay, where are we at? It was fun. Miriam says ink. Is that okay? So is that our first? Thank you, Yolanda. Yeah. There's Zippy. Yeah, alcohol markers. Everyone can interpret prompts differently. Yep. I love it. That's Zippy. Zippy's great. Okay, so ink and alcohol markers. Here we go. Give me a sec. I'll stick to there they are. I got some Winsor Newtons here that I picked up in Rana. It's Rana. And I've got a bunch of different pens of different colors here that we'll use too. But I want to try smashing these two together and see what happens. Let's say yes, huh? Why not? Just for scuzz. Anyways, so I'll throw this over the side. Boisterous blinking beavers is our suggestion for today. So that's fun. Okay. Yolanda says that I want to see how others do. Oh, yeah. Judy, my family still asks about Zippy saying that Devonshire has a lot of time in her hands. All right. So let's do some, start with some beavers. I'm going to start smushing around some colors with these alcohol markers and see what I get out of them. I don't know. Let's try it on regular paper today. Yeah, let's do it on regular paper today. I got a regular cardstock. I do. And so what I'll do is that I'm going to make a little guideline for myself here for the grid pattern, sorry. So I'm just going to set myself up with this. So I've been trying to, and again, I'll check chat in a second. I'm sorry, everybody. I've been trying to check out a lot of other people's streams, and I want to do so being as little, as non-disruptive as I can. But I don't want to be that lurking weirdo. And not that there's anything wrong with lurking if you're the lurking person, but I don't know. I don't feel comfortable doing that. But it's especially when there's just like a few people in a room. I always find that when there's like 2-3 people in a room, you're just lurking. It's kind of weird. Anyhow, so I go on. I've been saying hi on people's streams, and if you're one of them, I hope you don't mind my popping by and saying hi. I learn a great deal of things from people, and then I try to apply all of them in my own really wacky way. So, all right, I'm going to move this out of the way before I forget. Now, the breakdown is okay. I'm good. All right, so beavers, I guess, is what I'm looking for today, and that's a great. I think that's a good place to start, don't you? I've been listening to loud music this whole time. I just had enough. So, we're doing pen and alcohol-based markers. So that's. I'm just looking up some little. I like to look at drawing source images that are this small, and the reason that I do that is that that way I'm not sitting here and trying to specifically delineate every line that I see in an image, but it allows me a foundational start to go from, and I don't get too picky about it either. I just go with generally the first one. So, when Didi showed Zippy a zine I made for her. Oh, fantastic. A different zine, probably over a year ago. Lurking is allowed. I'm done my lunch. I'm going to listen and lurk while I often do some pecking and organizing. Popping and see every so often. Oh, yeah, no, I've got no problem with that. I'm talking about when there's like 2 people in a thing, and you can tell that the person that's hosting the stream is like feeling a little bit awkward because they know somebody's watching them, but they don't know who it is. That's what I'm talking about. I always feel compelled to have to say hi. And but I don't want it to be disruptive and take them off of their path. So that's what I mean by the lurking thing. So you're packing. Are you moving? Oh my goodness. If you're moving, good luck, Yolanda. I am not a fan of moving. Let's see if I got this sorted out. Hey, I do. Look at that. What in the world just happened? Okay. That's a big thing to have to move. We just moved our youngest into his first apartment with his partner. They were living in student residency before, and that's it. That's the youngest one moved. We moved all the kids. We're good. All right. Yeah. Didi's right. You will be busy. Lurking weirdo sounds like a breed of spider. Sounds like a John Luan character to me. Beaver, our national animal. Yeah, you know how we're aggressive as a country when our flag has a leaf on it and our national animal is a beaver. Tina says, hey, Christopher, taking a break from hurricane prepping. Oh my gosh. Stop by, say hello, and give you a like. I hope you and yours are all safe, Tina. I really do. Oh, that's scary. Always nice to say hi before. Oh, Yolanda's going to give me a hard time. We're moving. Last move was 17 years ago. That's a good space in between. That's a good spacing. We don't plan on moving ever again if we could help ourselves, because that's enough moving for us. Okay, you're too big. How do I make it? Okay, there you are. Now you're fine. All right. So anyhow, beaver. So alcohol markers, I think I was going to start with an alcohol marker and come in that way and see what that gives us, what that affords us. Look at these. This is why I got them for $1. That's all right. I'm not going to use that. Let me see if I can close it so that the rest of it doesn't dry. Well, this might be the only time I use this. Okay, that's all right. $1's a dollar. $1's a dollar's a dollar. Okay, that one's just dead anyways. Okay, that's all right. I just picked up a whole bunch of these suckers all at once. Let's see what they give us. There we go. Beaver. Done. That's a beaver. Oh, I gotta love that alcohol-based marker. Yeah. Oh, dear, Tina. Just stay safe, please. Please do, Tina. That's we'll keep you in all of our prayers. Because, oh my gosh, that's not, you know. That's a scary thing, when somebody's in a situation where you've got this big threatening thing like, nature coming at you and you can't do anything about it. All you can do is just sort of believe you're going to be all right and hope for the best. And I live in London, Canada, and nothing happens here. Nothing at all. We don't get floods. We don't get whatever we don't get, right? There's a face inside. That could be a beaver. There you go. We're going to find it. We don't get anything here. We just get mildly temperate weather, or outside of us. Smaller towns outside of us can get hit by twisters, but that's about it. And even those are small ones. But where we are is in a valley. Like London's kind of protected on each side. But southwestern Ontario is relatively flat. And it's really no different geographically as part of Ontario, Canada, from where Paul Pate is in Michigan. It's just what it is. So, curious as always, if anybody's working on stuff they want to talk about, please feel free to do so. If anybody here is meeting people that they have not met before and would be interested in taking a look at their stuff, please do so. I'm not sure what day it is, but I think it's Tuesday. And so that means that Jim Lujan's going to be interviewed tonight on Marsh Makes Comics, which is on U of Tubes here. So go check that out. It's going to be good fun. I really love Jim's work. I really do. And for those of you that hear these references towards Jim Lujan universe, Jim Lujan characters, Jim has been, this is his 30th, I think it's about his 30th big project that he's working on. And he's got a whole bunch of different films out in shorts, but this is his first full length that he's sitting down and doing specifically as a full length, when realistically a whole bunch of his pieces actually make longer films. So he's talking about the process along the way and inviting people along with him to sort of see how an independent filmmaker goes about doing it. His work is great. It really is. And something else, that's for sure. Linda says, I live in the prairies of Alberta. We get twisters and blizzards, but that's about it. Oh, my goodness. Hiya, Janet. How are you? He says, yeah, well, we've actually had a pretty quiet hurricane season this year in Florida. It's the only one. Should be a Category 3 when it hits. A mean old hurricane. Oh, my goodness. Well, everybody in Florida and in that part of the country, please be careful. We're all thinking of you. You are all welcome to move to Canada. all of you. You're all welcome to come on up in here because you know we don't get a lot of stuff in Ontario. So Jim says in California we get hurricanes. That's because yeah, it's everybody's got to come on, get down. There's a whole lot of chicken going on. So, come along. See, hurry, quick. Come along, baby. A whole lot of chicken going on. No, nothing. No, I'm gonna apologize. I'm sorry. That was a terrible joke. This past one you did, Dee Dee says, yeah. It's are you near? Is it San Diego that just had a big one, Jim? Or San Francisco? Which is a weird place to go because a lot of people leave their hearts behind there. I don't know about you Americans sometimes leave your hearts in places. I don't know how you keep going. Shameless plug then, Chris. I just said that. I just said that. Is this a ground? But everybody's going to go, Jim. Everybody's going to go. Is this a groundhog? I'm trying to catch one of these in real life. Have you considered, Janet, have you considered making a peanut butter sandwich and leaving it out under a box with a piece of wood? Have you tried that yet? I don't know if that will be successful for you. However, I do know that it works in cartoons, and they never lie. So, also watch out for anvils. The beaver took down my peach tree. I haven't seen him since. What? We have had some earthquakes this year, more northeast than my town and in Turkey. Both I felt here, but no damage. I'm glad. I'm glad there was no damage. I'm glad you're okay. That's scary. I was tagged earlier on Kathy's stream. Make sure you have red live. Make sure you have the red live under the stream. I don't know how you do that. Do I have that? How does the person do that? Jenna has a live trap with tomatoes and lettuce. It's probably a carnivore. Yeah, I have no idea how to put a red live under a stream. Yes, the red live button. Where is that? Oh, it's up on the screen. So it's already on there. Okay, I think I do have it. If I don't, it's deceptively lying to me by being on the picture box right now. That's what I'm calling it, the picture box. All right. What do we got? What's your name? My name is Pedro. Okay, we're going to go on here too, Pedro. All right, Pedro. Look on your screen. If it isn't red, click it. That means you were lagged. Yeah. Okay. Back to work. Have a great stream. Thanks, Tina. Be safe. Elon says, cute beaver. Stay safe, Tina. I love it. Look at all that. Look at all that love and support. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm just throwing more colors at this and seeing what sticks. You crazy dog. What I should really have is like a bleach or a vinegar or something like that. Yeah, cool. I like this. I like beavers. They're fun. This makes me feel patriotic. So, is anybody, uh, for those people that are taking part in the zine swap, is there anybody that's still working on this, or is there anybody that feels good that they're already done and oh, happy days? I'm curious by that. I think you were the first one that I used. Yeah, maybe not. Looking at a really limited palette here. That's okay. Limited palette's good. I got actually other alcohol-based markers I'm going to pull out too, just to give me a slightly larger palette. You won't be like Chris, but you need to know this if your viewers are like, so you can tell them to click the button. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you, Dee Dee. Make it red. Make it rain. Therefore, catch up to real time. I appreciate that, Dee Dee. I don't know if anybody is familiar with the practices of one Andrew Ludd at the beginning of the Industrial Revolution and his rejection of it, a total complete rejection of it, so that he went to live in a cave and to wait in his mindset for it to all blow over. And I'm a little bit like Andrew Ludd. I am a late adapter to technology. I am waiting for it to get easier. And then, I'd like some of you like Janet and Dee Dee and those of you that were in the early days of social streaming and the like, and you guys have had to figure out all kinds of far more complicated approaches to getting stuff out there. I'm a pretty basic kind of guy. So we got to dream up some really good questions for Jim tonight, by the way. We need some good, tough questions. So, Jim, what are you doing? Yeah. Luddite. That's right, Andrew Ludd. That's why they're called Luddites. Andrew Ludd, Technologies Ostrich. Hey, you know what I can do? Hey, let's get crafty here, folks. How's this gonna come together? We'll see. Oh, I like that. Just making sure I'm caught up on things. The picture got too big again. How did I do that? Away with your big picture. See, at a certain point, I tend to like to just chase down the image itself, as opposed to worry too much about working from the source, which is probably what gives me some weird looking things, but you know. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, what have we got? First question, is he wearing pants? When considering drawings, it's important for you to ask pertinent questions of your characters. Question number 1, are they wearing pants? Question number 2, button up or zip? Just kind of look like the groundhog here. I'm missing stuff. What does he say to people when they walk up to him in coffee shops asking what he's drawing? Is this Jim? That's a good question. Is he wearing pants? What does he say when people walk up to him in coffee shops? These are good questions. I like these. If groundhogs are like woodchucks, technically, couldn't we ask how much hog could a groundhog hog if a groundhog could hog ground? And then just walk away from Jim. That'd be a good question. Just leave him with that. Drop the mic and leave the stage. So by throwing in some of those pen marks that I made with the orange before coming in with the white, it sort of does this wonderful little monkeying up of the white when it comes down to it. When Paul doesn't wear pants, where does he keep his coins? This bothers me. Yeah. I love that. I don't know. Does he have coins? Does he carry a purse? A merce? Hmm? It's a bad purse, thank you. It's a merce. Purse. Shh, come on. That is the worst impression of Paul Pete that you're ever going to hear. Hey, how you doing, Paul Pete? I started trying to record shorts, and they're terrible, but it's a start. It's okay. It's okay, they're terrible. I'm doing my best. No. I was thinking about his wallet. Maybe he had a purse. Maybe he has a wallet on a necklace that he hangs around his neck like a cool guy. So here is our first beaver of our, where did I put it? Boisterous, blinking beavers. I have to draw beavers blinking. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I like this color a lot. Its color name is Verdigris. Gray green. The man bag. Backpack. Over the shoulder case. Yeah, hopefully he's got like one of those skinny little backpacks like the teenagers are wearing now. Over the shoulder case. Lots of options, Jim. Dirty mind, Jim has. Better a front pack. Hold on. Well situated. His shoe. He keeps it in his shoe. Front pack. What do you call that? The little thing you wear around your waist. Buddy of mine, Jake, still rocks that. And it's really handy. Whenever I see one, I think I should pick it up for Jake in case he wears out his old ones. All right. So the beavers come together. But let's try some more into this composition here. Pen, work. Maybe it's dead. No, it's not dead. It's just fussy. All right, so here's our first beaver. Little title cover image. Maybe he had a skirt and was ashamed to disclose it. We go all evening like that, and it's so funny. Sporn, I think it's all I'm saying is don't ever let Paul give you a coin. I guess so. Has anybody got change for the parking meter? I got some. No! An entire group of people. No, it's okay. It's okay. I'll pay the ticket. And then that harsh realization that comes to mind that, wait a minute, if Paul's putting money in that vending machine, how many other people that don't wear pants put money in there? Poor Paul. We all love you, Paul, and your pantless ways. I think that one of the things that I think is really commendable about Paul is that, well, he has adopted this moniker of being pantless. He does rock a stylish hat. And if anybody that's not familiar who we're referring to, Paul Pate, Pate, is illustrating his third graphic novel, and he is flying on it. If you get a chance to check him out, check him out. Should I yellow? Maybe I do. Is alcohol-based or water-based? Water-based, you're out. I don't have very many alcohol-based murders. Just those ones of Newton things that I bought. Copics are too expensive for me. Why is that, Chris? Because I'm cheap. I'm like a little bird, I'm so cheap. You just said that this looks awesome, thank you. One page. Paul, no pants, holding a coin, everyone saying no. I'll write it down. That's great. All right, it's on the book. I'll go on the book in a minute. Yeah, what else was there? We got some green. Yeah, we got some green. Jen, you can use Christopher's drawing to put flyers with rewards to find your beaver. There you go. There you go. Jenny can draw a mean beaver, just saying. Sure, it was a hidden compliment to Christopher. Oh, well, that's very nice. Beaver, done. on the next piece of paper. That's okay. No, I got to understand what I have to do. It's kind of fun only having so many colors because it forces you to work within that limited palette. And I like that. I like those sort of challenges because really it makes me have to think about how color combinations work together and about how lines I make might work together. I don't get too overly caught up about it in advance. I just tend to throw whatever at the wall and hopefully it sticks on some level. But, all things in moderation, right? This. Let's try this. How dark is that? Yeah. Okay, there's our first panel. What am I missing? What did I just do? Your drawing is cool for sure, Christopher. Oh, thanks, Dee. That's nice, yeah. Good idea, Miriam. I got on as soon as I received Christopher's zines. Yes, indeed. Afternoon. Hey, Riri, how you doing? Get a move on, Runciman. What are you doing? Get those zines sent out already. And I think what I'll do is a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay. So the blue that I'm throwing throughout the background and throughout the ground beneath the beaver's feet and all that is just to sort of be a unifying value. We've already got some of the tail and the feet. Okay, so there's our first beaver. There's our first beaver picture. Next victim. All right. We're just flying. We're just flying on the whole beaver front here. Well, that's a good one. Like that. You know what I should do? I should incorporate Janet in here chasing this beaver. What kind of tree did he cut down, Janet? Let's look this up. peach tree. You guys are all trouble. You guys are all trouble. Okay. It's true. I saw one at the circus once. I saw one at the fair, the local fair. They're like, stick your finger in here and pet this here beaver. Oh, sorry. All right, so this is my beaver chatting up and telling a story. So we got a couple of key pieces of information. I'm going to draw a peach tree and legs and broom. That's my whole plan for my whole story, is to incorporate that. Oh, and it's lettuce and tomatoes. Yeah. Just put him in water. Just because it's fun. Didn't Justin Bieber used to date Selena Gopher? Thank you. I'll be here all week. Yeah. Are we all going to talk about our first time? Maybe not. Let me tell you about my first time. I'm 14, okay? And before you just slow down, I'm 14, and it's the first time that I'm in a live drawing art class. And we had, it's high school. Everybody's trying to be cool. But I moved ahead in the school years there. So I started high school a little bit younger. And so I'm in art class, and there is a model coming in. And I'm, you show yourself up. Oh, what's going to happen? But I don't want to be uncool to the other kids or look like you're not with it. So anyhow, I'm in. I set my table up, my easel up here, thinking, okay, I'm off in the corner. That'll be fine. I'm not going to be right in front of everything. It's weird, man. So I'm in the corner. And the model comes in and disrobes, and right there, first pose. By God, I learned about the world. Anyways, is that a technical first time? Oh, yeah. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying I knew their zip code. Yeah. Mom, excuse me, ma'am. Yeah, real classy kid. We all did that. Yeah. Ma'am, do you mind if I go over here? Yeah. Is it really white? Well, what in the hay and how do you know? We got a white alcohol. To make our child happy. Yeah, it was a really I tell you, it was a baptism of fire. I don't know if my teacher set me up for that too. I still to this day am not entirely sure whether or not he did or didn't. Look over there where that kid is. Scare the life out of him. Now, I also smoked at that age. Why? Because back then we were all tough. And I remember going outside immediately for a cigarette. Nice to meet you, ma'am. Yeah. I'll say this, though. I will say this. The first model that I worked from was a full-figured lady, and I mean, she's just all around full-figured, and I really appreciated that. I really appreciated, like, right out the gate when you get to see the human form without that idealization that you always see in the media, and you're a young person. It really opens up your awareness to form and to different beauty. Like, because you're sold such a bill of gold, such a bill of goods in the popular media in the marketplace, and it's so contrived and it's so unfair. So that when you're afforded these opportunities to see the larger picture, no comment about the lady. That's yeah. What am I missing? I'm missing some stuff. Heading out, Christopher, looking awesome. Thank you, Dee Dee. Have yourself a great day. Later, guys. No wonder you pursued art. I just kept waiting for the next time. I was moving all around that room. Yeah. See you, Dee Dee. Have fun the rest of the day. I could have a model in front of me and I would still draw a stick figure. Yeah, but the trick is doing it with the model, looking at the board while you're drawing it, and then to have them do these elaborate poses and for you to do stick figures the entire time. And at the end, because a lot of live models, there's always a percentage of them that, they model because they're a little bit narcissistic. And you'll see those ones go around the room and take a look at the different drawings of themselves by people. And that's the person you definitely want to come over to your drawing board and see that every pose that they did for the whole hour session is a stick figure. Just keep them level there. Keep them realistic. You don't want people getting all overexcited there. So this. That is so not true. We've seen you draw amazing things, girl. Depends on the model and what you're looking at, Janet. Okay. All right, everybody. Okay. I love attending Janet's stream while she's doing Pictionary. So she doesn't get to say everything's a stick figure because we all know that's not true. It is, I'm going to go this far, a load of malarkey. Yeah, malarkey. Not just a river in Egypt. Trick is with this process is that because they're different individual squares, I kind of don't want to bleed out. So I have drawn a stick figure with a big butt. I've done it before. So say we all. No, I'm Where did that yellow come from? Yellow? I don't know. I feel like I've dropped something. Who knows? All right. We have an hour 12. We're making progress. So here's my story beats that I'm pursuing. I'm going to incorporate a peach tree. And somebody's recounting of an event where they're just doing that thing they do. And he got chased by a lady with a broom. But then she gave him snacks, and that was nice. That might be my story. Thanks to Bossy, I can draw sticks. I can draw butts on anything. Is that Janet behind the beaver? It will be. Yeah. If I had a picture of Janet, I'd actually put Janet right here now in the strip. But since I don't, it's going to be a character reminiscent of Janet. Ah. Who's Bossy? Is that Yolanda? Is that Devin? Who do you call Bossy? You know who I haven't seen in a little bit is Rachel. Does everybody know does anybody know how Rachel's doing? Speaking of Bossy, hope everything's all right there. Bossy butt. I'm just going to leave that up on the screen. Just going to leave that up there for a minute. I saw you have groupies too, Janet. Started to post objects with bits and mention you. There you go. Groupies. Janet says it's me, but she's delusional. Well, I can not confirm these facts. So I'm just going to go with the first answer right here. That's a committed gesture. I've drawn a number of people now. I think I've got Julie Topaz. I put her on a page, and then yesterday I got a whole bunch of us on a page, and I have fun doing that. That's fun. I have only the nasty ones. I have a huge following and naughty people. That's those are her groupies. That's her people. The problem is that they follow her into Walmart and chase her around the carts. So I'm finishing right now. I'm finishing the cover of the new book to get that sent off. Feeling good about that. This is I always love doing the one pages. It's a lot of fun. You guys make sorting through Christmas decorations fun. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's Lori's birthday this weekend. I learned today the word boisterous. This is multi-educational. There it is, right there. Here's another word for you: heterodoxy. Anyways, so here's our guy coming together here, our baby guy, and so there he is, and what we'll do. Got too many pens in my hand at one time. So I'm going to draw a bank and embankment behind him. What? Yeah. Heterodoxy. That's the word I just mentioned. It's my new favorite word. That's how I've been described, heterodoxical. You go into a party conversation and express that to people, and they'll look at you like a goofball. You could do what I do, boss. You keep them in totes in the basement and never put them up. Yeah, that's the secret to Christmas decorations. What we do is we have the grandkids over. And, oh boy, here's all the Christmas decorations for the tree. And tree's decorated. Is he crazy? Yeah, but he'll straighten it up a little bit later when I go home. That's usually how we get started on our. I bring the boxes up, grandkids go crazy, good stuff. Someone can give me a sentence with squirrely, try and understand better the concept. The repeated noise is making you go squirrely. The whole idea is that when you see a squirrel in the park, the squirrel runs up a tree, but it goes circular around a tree and then runs down a branch, and that's squirrely behavior, this sort of highly agitated behavior. Your tap, tap, tapping is making me go squirrely. Some people might say I'm squirrely because I don't act normal. They call you squirrely? Brave people. So now I'm just drawing some shapes in color because what's happening behind the beaver isn't important to us. This is just the background and the dialogue. This is all of the places that the dialogue is going to live because what the beaver is talking about here is going to go over top of this area and it's more important than what's underneath it. So we're just going to make the tree line behind him abstract. That's my theory. Oh, yeah. Thank you. And now I know what heterodoxy is too. There we go. True story. My middle name is Merle, and I went through life with my dad calling me Merle the Squirrel. Nice. Yeah, my grandmother's name was Elsie, and there was a milk company in southwestern Ontario called Borden Milk, and their mascot was Elsie the Borden cow. And anytime my grandfather came remotely close to talking about milk, my grandmother would go, "Hey, Elsie." No, don't. He's cheeky. So we're finding some of these shapes in the background to denote the forest area. Because he had too much energy, maybe? No, probably because it rhymed. I was a good kid. All right, Janet. We believe you. I was a perfectly well-behaved angel. I cannot tell a lie. Man, I could tell some fibs, though. Okay. All right, so we're coming together on the second panel here. And this kind of fun green that we came across in that first panel. Put some more of that in here. Woohoo! Yeah. Just making sure I'm not making anybody feel left out. Some stupid. Look at that, I broke it. You know what? It's a bad design. Anyways. 16 things in my hand now. I know it's kind of ridiculous putting X amount of detail in an area that's going to be covered up by text, but, you know, should anyone buy the original pages at any point in time, they know they've got like full images. Also, when you're doing a composition that you're going to put text on, do the whole thing. Don't, oh, I leave the space where the text is going to go. Don't do that, because now you're pigeonholed and locked into that. And it sort of cuts off the availability of options. And that is a new thing. Where are we at? Who says the grandma of my first husband used to tell me something in Yiddish that translated as full of sweetness. My mom did every time that I was stubborn in Spanish, making a word game. Not funny. Oh my. See, my mother used to say things that are just ridiculous, like "you big galoot." What does that mean? Well, anyways, you get the gist of this one. I try to have fun with these pages and these images as we put them together. You know, just different marks, different shapes, different combinations together. So the short step's the long walk, right? The trick is to draw it as fast as you possibly can. That's the secret. Don't think about it too much. It's like a last minute test in school. See. It's the sort of way I look at making the decisions on these. So I'm just throwing some of this orange in here to unify this section of the image with the lower section of the image. Woo-hoo. Enjoying your beavers, Christopher. I don't think I saw one in real life. No, they're interesting creatures, that's for sure. There's Linda. How you doing, Linda? Welcome aboard. Yeah, it's the official animal of Canada, but they tend to be pretty solitary animals, and they make dams across waterways and build their houses inside of these dams. And so when their utility companies and the like are trying to clear up stoppages in water because these dams have rerouted small creeks and the like, they gotta basically blow up the beaver dams. And the problem with that is that you gotta make sure there's no beavers in it. So it makes it tricky. And then there's the second unifying mark is putting this the brown. That's the same ballpoint brown that's within the beaver as well. Sticking that into the sky at the background. So this is a lousy. Does it do much of anything for me? Not really. Oh, I'll find some fun marks and lines in there. And so putting this white down is the idea of light permeating through the trees. It's kind of a hope move. If you got a story where it's bleak and it's scary stuff and terrible things have happened, and you can have a moment where you can have a complete tonal shift by having light up into trees, and it'll make your characters go and then give them something really scary to deal with. And as your readers are experiencing that, it sort of gives them a little emotional jolt. All right, so here's our panel 2, mostly done. I'll finish up a couple bits. Where are we at in the conversation? Oh, sorry if I'm missing stuff, folks. No, we're doing okay. Yeah, so there's the So the reason that I'm coming into these areas with the blue over the brown that's already existing there is because it makes a really fun charcoal color as opposed to resorting to black. I like the idea of moving into that charcoal color, that intermediate that has that transition between the blue and the brown in this space, but they're still rooted together from that charcoal color that the two of them work together to keep introducing into the image. There. Okay. I don't have to answer that. Okay. What have we got going? Okay, so we're at an hour 34. Okay, so what I've established for the page here, and again, like I said at the top of the thing, the numbering method that I use for the flip, for the pages, for the panels, for how it gets folded, is not the same as others do it, and I recognize that. It is an accordion fold, which is also still viable and still one of those things that's detailed for people to try. The reason I do an accordion fold is that it affords me the front cover, which I've got here, okay, and then these 4 pages is one continuous internal narrative, and then this corner here is a back advertisement, or it can continue the story on and wrap around to the end behind the front cover. I like to use this as a back advertisement because it's silly, it's fun, and I can have a story arc or story reference here, and then when I flip it over between the ad and the front cover, I've got a little anecdote that follows up with that. The previous page that we did, which is here is the same sort of thing. This is the exact same way that I did this one. And so as this guy folds this way, the whole idea was, hey, you, and then you open it up, and here's this story regaling about armadillos being good with tools and how ridiculous that is. And then on the back is Armadillo Tools, the best tools for you, type of an ad. And then he goes, maybe it was in this hammer, maybe it was a chainsaw. And then the other guy jumps at him with an armadillo mask on and scares him. This is just a silly after joke. And then a third joke to fit in besides. But I realize that this isn't the layout that other people use, but with the fold as I do it, it works fine. And so that's the way that I'm going to approach this page as well. And these are the ones that are, this has already been photocopied and the original is here, but the ones are all going to be sent. I got to get Janet's address to do that. And then these will be the next 10 zines that'll be sent out for the zine swap that's being run through Janet M. Young and Dee Willingham's streams. So, but thank you for putting all that together, Janet and Dee. Seven, welcome aboard, Seven. How you doing? And Linda says that's awesome. Linda, are you involved in the zine swap at all, or have you heard about the zine swap? I think it might be something to find some fun with. Do I have a copy of a folded up zine to show you? It's the $1 million question. Yes, I do. Here is one. So this, and I found the other recommendations for the zine. Looking all over for my notes. So that'll be the other two I do. So this is a really rough photocopy version. Hey, you. Did you hear me yell, hey, you? Yeah, even an armadillo could have heard that. My words are armadillo, any tool, and armadillo, any tool. What was the third one? I have to look it up. Laughter, I think it was. Armadillo, any tool, and laughter. Yeah. So, hey, you. Yeah, did you hear me yell, hey, you? Yeah, even an armadillo could have heard it. Ooh, an armadillo. They can use hammers, you know. I saw it once. You did not. No, I totally did, but that'd be awesome. And there's the laughter. And then armadillo, tools for today's tradesman. And then you open it up. Maybe I saw it with a chainsaw. Armadillo mask. So that's my silly little thing. Right? So there we go. So the next ones that I'll be doing are going to be Samurai, Curious, and Vulture, and Gardener, Pegasus, and Vampire. Well, Vampire. But I'm also going to do Boisterous, Blinking Beavers. So there's our first thing. And so there's our cover where we're going to have the beaver introducing. It happened one day. And then as we turn around, he's going to start regaling us with who's minding his own business, just collecting the wood from this peach tree that he found nearby. And he got chased by a lady. So that's where we're going with that. I haven't. I met you on Stacy May Live. Yeah, no, I remember meeting you today, Linda. You were doing some cool mini figurines. It was fantastic. Seven says, that's Jeff Bezos sexy. Boy, that's an old drop. That's an old drop, Seven. At the early part of the year, I did a one-page story called Jeff Bezos is sexy. So my grandkids were listening to this song. Come on, Jeffy, you could do it. About Jeffy Bezos, as they call him. And yeah. So anyhow, it's a Jeffy Bezos sexy dance. So okay. Very fun zine, Christopher. Thank you, Deb. Okay, I need to go get sheets on the bed and do real life stuff. Well, that's great timing because I am going to clock out too. So yeah, if you're interested, look up breaking a page down into these 8 equal sections and figuring out the order. There are different ways to fold them. You can find them online. Mine is just one method. There are Others where you cut, you serrate in the middle, and the cover and the back cover are located here, and the rest of the images follow in order like so. That's the predominantly used one, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a fun method to challenge yourself in storytelling, and it's a fun method to be able to make these little interactive books that you can do things with. I realize that mine are going to be weird, but that's okay. So if it's something that you haven't seen yet or haven't come across yet, Janet M. Young is the master, the zine master. So I recommend taking a look. I know that Dee Dee has done a thing where she's shown about how it breaks down. You can find that in her stream as well. And, it's all about, again, another method, another approach to storytelling that I talked about doing the vertical panels. That'll be tomorrow's. I'm going to tell a story where all the panels are vertical. So I want to consider that whatever I'm doing tomorrow is going to have to incorporate that visual element in the storytelling, because I still need to use the textual aspect of the storytelling with the words and pictures to make your eye follow through not just the visual elements, but the textual elements to get us from top left corner to bottom right corner for the summation of it all. And we have this much space to do it in. So this is a lot of fun, and I appreciate everybody checking out. I'm going to post this for tomorrow and get these folded and mailed off to Janet, so that Janet can start doing with these as she will for spreading them out with the zine swap. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. Thank you everybody for taking part, and everybody that was engaged in yesterday's thing. I appreciate you letting me put what you wanted to be when you grow up on the page that I posted today. If there's anything that you have for an idea for a one-page story or suggestions, feel free to stick it in the comments on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook, wherever I post stuff. If you want to have a look at the originals, the original art that I do for the stories that I post, that's on my Patreon. Everything's under my name or some variation of it. Not hard to find, but it's all the same image, me recorded. So it's $3 a month, but you get to see all the original art for all of the projects that I'm working on, that I'm posting publicly. So, and then there's stuff that's on there. I don't post pages on Saturday and Sunday on Instagram or Facebook. I only post those on Patreon. Any other thing that I have is my Substack, which at the end of each week I post all of the pages from that week with the suggestion and what my thinking behind it was. In the meantime, I am going to go and do some stuff around the house and check my blood sugar, all that jazz that I normally do. In the meantime, I hope that whatever you're working on, you keep at it and share it with others. Look forward to seeing it myself. If there are any of these ideas, any of these suggestions, like boisterous blinking beavers, that you see as prompts, or any of the ideas that I'm working on one pages that you want to try, go for it. I'd love to see it. I really would. I love the idea of different interpretations on the same idea. That's really cool to me. In the meantime, hope everybody has a great day. And, I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. Weird is great. Oh, Linda says she really loves this. That's really nice. Linda, thanks. That's super cool. Weird is great. Well, weird's where I love. Weird I can understand. It's normal that I have a problem with. Thanks for the inspiration, Christopher. Great beavers. Thank you, Yolanda. Same. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you, Miriam. See you soon. I'll send you an email in a few minutes, Christopher. Oh, okay. Thanks, Evan. Great. All right. Thanks, everybody. I hope everybody has a great day. And I'll be back tomorrow, 2 in the afternoon. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.